Hi, I'm Tim Hill with OMRON Corporation. Thank you for joining us on Behind Our Numbers for another episode of Shaping the Future. Joining me is Kevin Buletek, Senior Director, Sustainability, EHSS, Facilities and Risk. Kevin is also the General Manager of OMRON Mexico. Kevin is also a Director of the OMRON Foundation, where he enjoys being a good shepherd of the foundation, giving to charities, and supporting kids in underserved communities and people with disabilities. Kevin has been with the organization for nearly 16 years, and he has a strong background in risk management and field employee safety. Our discussion today will be around shaping the future and sustainability. Let's jump right into it. Kevin, thank you for joining this episode of Shaping the Future. As the Senior Director of Sustainability for the Americas, can you talk about sustainability targets under the SF 2030 10-year plan of OMRON?
Thanks for having me, Tim. Under SF 2030, we aim to maximize our corporate value by integrating business and sustainability to create both social and economic value. OMRON Corporation has identified for the first time material sustainability issues under our long-term vision, and we've set corresponding sustainability targets in our midterm and our long-term management plan.
I see. Thank you, Kevin. Can you share with our stakeholders what are the material sustainability issues OMRON is trying to tackle under the SF 2030 plan?
There are 5 to be exact. First is resolving social issues through our business. Next is maximizing the capability to innovate, driven by social needs. Next is generating diverse talent and taking on challenges of value creation. Next is achieving decarbonization and lower environmental impact. And last is respecting human rights in the value chain. These represent the 5 material sustainability issues under SF 2030. And like I said, we've set targets to address these in the long-term and midterm plans.
Kevin, can you share, as an example, can you share something that you're doing in the Americas to create lower environmental impact? And can you tie that in with corporate social responsibility and innovating for a social need?
Yes. Waste minimization through our zero landfill waste project. That's a big one. And another one is sustainable procurement related to how we buy things.
That's interesting, Kevin. Can you share with our stakeholders about sustainable purchasing? What exactly is that all about and what does it require?
Actually, it requires us to be more thoughtful. That's it. We can focus on how we procure things, from who, and does it fit into our mission to improve lives and contribute to a better society. It's a step in the right direction when talking about and when thinking about making lives better for our stakeholders. Our suppliers are a big part of that.
Kevin, can you give me a specific example of one way OMRON Americas amplifies the OMRON Group's efforts by focusing on sustainable purchasing and taking into consideration any cultural practices or any norms from Japanese society?
Well, one small area that we looked at for OMRON in the Americas that was absorbing resources that aren't necessary for our quality of life is the common goal of reducing paper usage. But in addition, we looked at the use of paper towels. We're encouraging our employees to adopt a practice that is used customarily by our colleagues in Japan, and that is using personal hand towels instead of disposable paper towels to dry one's hands. OMRON partnered with a nonprofit charity called Food for the Poor and another called Mercado Global to source beautiful handmade towels made by women artisans in Guatemala. Through this program, hundreds of artisans receive technical training, materials, and equipment to produce and sell these vibrant hand-woven fabrics using traditional Mayan weaving techniques. This helps lift women out of poverty and helps them provide for their families. 99% of the women who participate in this program can send their children to school, compared with 37% of rural children who are generally able to attend school. And by sustainably sourcing towels, we're able to reduce waste and improve the environment while also empowering women in Latin America.
Kevin, thank you so much. You know, this small action is consistent with OMRON's mission to improve lives and contribute to a better society. Thank you for sharing this example with our stakeholders. By innovating, driven by social need, and pursuing new challenges with passion and courage, OMRON is absolutely making a difference in both the environment and the lives of others. On behalf of all of our stakeholders, thank you for your stewardship, Kevin.
Pleasure's all mine, Tim. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us on another episode of Shaping the Future. Please stay tuned for future episodes where we will talk about women in leadership, employee engagement, and disability inclusion initiatives, to name a few. Thank you for keeping your eyes on OMRON. 誠にありがとうございます。